Day, St. Patrick's Day. I hope y'all are wearing your green today so you haven't gotten pinched. I swear I literally have 3 green tops, this being one of them, and I literally only wear them on St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, even though looking at the green, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I need to wear this green more often. Like, it is a really pretty fun green, but for some reason in my mind, I always just have like green only for St. Patrick's Day. I might need to amend it. I do feel like this color is coming back. When I was out kind of shopping around this weekend, I was like, okay, I kind of feel like this green is having a moment just in time for, like I said, St. Patrick's Day. I hope everyone has been celebrating, has been having a great day. We have Jessica in the chat, Maria, Micah as well, Reggie, LB, Robert, Amy Poole is in here too, Abby, LH, Melissa, Karen is in here, George, Dave, hello, Song of the Fierce, Joanne, Melissa. I saw it is Maria's cousin's birthday. Happy birthday. Also, cousin is in here as well. Robert said yesterday was my sister and brother-in-law's 13-year wedding anniversary. That is incredible. Happy anniversary to them. Hello, Joy. Also, congratulations go out to my sister, you guys. My sister Shay got engaged this past weekend, which is so freaking exciting. So she is officially a fiance with her now fiance, I was gonna say boyfriend, CJ. Members saw pictures in the group chat over the weekend, but absolutely huge congratulations to my sister and her fiance. Such an exciting moment for the Hill fam. We are so thrilled. You guys know that I've been saying 2025 is the year of love, and once again we are seeing that proven. So it is so exciting, such a good time. I feel like such a great day, such a great weekend. Let's see who else is in here. Tammy just popped in as well. Hello. Heather, Miss Heather just popped in. Georgina popped in. Melissa, you guys, we have so much tea to get into this weekend. I feel like I was a little bit off the radar because we were doing so much family stuff this weekend and got back into the swing of things today, and holy moly, do we have a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be talking about Drake. We're going to be talking about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, which I really should have put this in the thumbnail, but there is so much happening with Kim and Kanye, you guys. Kanye, once again, is bringing him and Kim's issues to social media. This is now reportedly causing Kim to want to rethink their custody agreement that they have going on. It's a lot to break down. It's a lot to get into. We're going to really sift through all of that Kim and Kanye tea. We also are going to talk about Kylie Jenner and Timothèe Chalamet. We're going to talk about Justin Bieber and these recent Instagram stories that are causing him to make headlines. People cannot stop discussing. We're going to talk about Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. They did an interview with Rolling Stone, obviously ahead of the album coming out. It's a really sweet interview. I can't wait to break it down with you guys. And then we're going to get into a little Taylor and Travis as well. There are some theories going on as to why, Taylor and Travis are on this hiatus, taking this break. I'm very pro one of the theories, very anti one of the other theories. So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna get into it. I also saw Jelena pop in. Hello. Thank you for the compliment on the green top, Jelena. I thought I'd pull this out for St. Patrick's Day. Also, Miss Jackie X just popped in as well. Connie, we are just getting we're just still in our catch up. I was about to say we're getting into the tea, but we're not quite getting into the tea yet. I just let everyone know we're going to be talking about Drake, Kim and Kanye, Selena and Benny, Kylie and Timothée, Taylor and Travis, and then we're going to have all of those discussions, get into all of that. I also saw Joy say, eating my corned beef and cabbage. I love St. Patrick's Day, Green River, green beer. Are you in Chicago? Or do they do the Green River in more places than just Chicago? You guys, this is the first year that I feel like I didn't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day, which makes me sad. That St. Patrick's Day, I feel like for some reason, I do love to go out and have a little St. Patrick's Day beverageino, or I don't know, some sort, like you said, like your corned beef and cabbage. I feel like I need to do something this evening to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Normally I love a green beer. I love an Irish car bomb. But the fact that it's on a Monday, I know people celebrated this weekend, but we were celebrating my sister's engagement instead of St. Patrick's Day, which obviously way more fun, way more important, well, to our family for the weekend. But I feel like I need to definitely still celebrate my St. Patrick's Day. Maybe I should order, maybe if I should see if I could DoorDash some like corned beef and cabbage from somewhere. I really need to see that. Also, hold on, I wanted to shout out Georgina. I got engaged this past Christmas and all I could think was Madison saying, not her, LOL. All good though, it was perfect. Oh my God, oh, not saying me getting engaged. Well, I live for that. Not me getting engaged over Christmas. Oh my God, sorry Georgina, I'm dead. No, that is absolutely amazing and delayed congratulations. Did you tell us this already? And if I haven't congratulated you already, congratulations. Like I said, 2025, year of love. Georgina, whenever it happens, I live for it. I live for it. Also, Diana said, made it. Love, love, love the green Madison. Happy St. Patty's Day. Jessica said, can't believe I didn't get my notification. I'm like, y'all know how the YouTube notifications are. The YouTube notifications are unfortunately one thing I cannot control. I wish I could, but the best way you can help with the notifications is make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you're engaging in the chat, and hopefully it will help people, it will help YouTube know that people are watching and engaging, and it will help them get their YouTube notification. Georgina said, no, I didn't mention it. Thank you. About time. I have 2 kids with him. Georgina said, it's about time he put a ring on it. And he did. Georgina, I love to freaking hear it. Also, yes, thank you, Jelena. Thank you for also celebrating my sister. I appreciate you so much. It was such a fun weekend. Also, Joy, thank you for reminding everyone to give this video a thumbs up and about the membership. You guys, if you have been considering joining the membership, let me once again remind you, it is 1000% worth it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I really work hard week after week to make sure the members feel special, and it is worth it. You get access to a members only live every Tuesday at noon Pacific Standard Time. You get access to a members only video every single Friday, and then you also get access to what I think is the best part of the membership, and that is the House of Hill group chat. I love the group chat. It's a way that we can keep up with one another. I share updates as soon as they happen. Obviously shared pictures from my family and I celebrating this weekend. So definitely, if you're thinking about it, do it. It is so much fun, and it is just another extension of this incredible House of Hill family that we have going on. Truly so much freaking fun. Robert said, I love that they've been together since high school. Yes, they have. My sister and her now fiance have been together since high school. So it was very much a long time coming. He proposed on the beach. We were in Newport Beach this past weekend. And then we surprised her and we had drinks all together as a family. It was really so much fun. Unserious said, explained the Tay, Selena, Justin, and Scooter drama to my man. Oh my God. Unserious. Now that is some tea to get into. That is a lot of explaining that you did. I am so happy that you got into it with him. That is some good tea to always discuss. Jelena said, yes, the membership is great, y'all. I also realized House of Hill members are all green, so we're all ironically celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Wait, why did I not put that together until now either? We are really in the St. Patty's Day spirit over here. I'm living for it. Jordan said, made the live. Congrats to your sister. Thank you. Kate also said, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm cleaning my house, so I'll just be listening. Madison, so happy for your sister. Congratulations. Y'all know I live for a multitask. So for anyone who is multitasking while getting the tea, I appreciate you. Also, I'm going to take this time to shout out all of our members who are all of our House of Hill members who are after watching right now. Thank you guys to the after watchers. These happy hour hangs could not continue without you. So I am so thankful for you. Also, you guys, shout out to all of our international House of Hill members as well. Thank you for taking our House of Hill fam worldwide and waking up early, staying up late, doing everything you need for the tea. I really, really appreciate you. I also saw Kiara in here. I want to make sure I shout out Kiara, one of our new members. Hello, hello. And you guys, now I feel like we've got to get into the tea because we have truly so much to get into. The Kim Kanye situation in and of itself is a lot. So I definitely want to make sure that we can dive into it, get into it, fully discuss. Like I said, we're also going to be talking about Drake. We're going to be talking about Kylie Jenner and Timothèe Chalamet. We're going to be talking about Justin Bieber, Selena and Benny. We're going to be talking about Taylor and Travis. It's a lot. Joy said, I'm multitasking, eating, chatting with all you lovely peeps, and watching the one and only Madison. Joy, eating and watching the tea is my favorite form of multitasking. And like I said, you guys all inspired me. I've got to figure out where I can maybe try to DoorDash something St. Patty's themed after this live. Also, Naomi, thank you, or Noemi, thank you for watching all the way from Italy. That is absolutely amazing. And Siri said, did you see Justin's Bad Blood Instagram story? Yes, I did. We talked about it in our members only video on Friday. Justin Bieber posted a Instagram story using the old version of Bad Blood, the version that we shall not use. You know, I think Justin is actually gearing up to release something. I think he's a lot smarter than people are giving him credit for, to be honest. And I genuinely think he's got a bigger plan. He's got a bigger plan. We're going to talk about Justin and his Instagram stories in just a little bit. I also want to shout out Hannah. Hannah said, hi, Madison. It's my 30th birthday today. So happy to be spending it with the House of Hill. Hannah, happy birthday. Oh my gosh. Thank you for spending your 30th birthday here with us. I am so happy to be celebrating you. I hope you are feeling freaking fabulous, 30, flirty, and thriving today. 30s, I can say, you know, Hannah, I was very honest with the House of Hill, how I felt about turning 30, and I was scared. But I can say now on the other side, being 31, I'm going to be 32 here next month, which is crazy, but I feel oddly really good about 32. You guys know I love odd numbers, 30s and or even numbers, 30s and even number 2. But I can honestly say, Hannah, I don't know what I was scared of. I don't know what I was scared of. So you are entering this new decade. It is going to be freaking incredible. And again, I am so honored that you are starting off this new decade, this new chapter, this new trip around the sun with us. And also thank you for being a member. Happy birthday, Hannah. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the tea, you guys, because like I said, we have a lot. It's gonna be a lot. Buckle up, get ready. Let's do this. I love it. Hannah said, thank you, feeling really blessed going into this new decade. I absolutely love hearing that. And you are. We have so much to be grateful for, you guys. We really do. I've had a lot of stuff stressing me out lately, and I think today I finally had a little stop, pause, and assess moment. And I'm like, we got to remember to be grateful for what we've got in the present. You know, when you're looking around, this is what you prayed for. I really do believe that. So Miss Heather, or not Miss Heather, Hannah, happy freaking birthday again. And I just saw Miss Heather popping in as well, saying happy birthday. I love our community, you guys. Look at all the congratulations popping in, the happy birthday. Just, wow. We really are a fam here, and I am always so thankful for it. Okay, kicking things off, talking about Drake, y'all. So, Universal Music Group filed documents in regards to Drake's lawsuit. If you guys remember, Drake filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, which is his own record label. He is accusing them of defamation and knowingly promoting false information with Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us. Also, hi Maria, hello. So now UMG is responding to Drake's lawsuit, and they are not holding back. So they are accusing Drake of, quote, encouraging the feud with Kendrick Lamar. They're saying that Drake also made allegations against Kendrick Lamar and that he has been, quote, pleased to use UMG's platform to promote tracks with attacks against Kendrick Lamar. UMG went on to claim that Drake, quote, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. Plaintiff's complaint is utterly without merit and should be dismissed with prejudice. UMG said, "Sir, hold the phone. You willingly participated in this feud. You're only upset because you lost. This is a sad attempt at trying to remedy a situation that you also used to take advantage of." Insane. Hi, Tabitha. Drake's lawyer responded to UMG's filing. They released a statement to TMZ saying that UMG wants to pretend that this is about a rap battle to distract its shareholders, artists, and the public from the simple truth. A greedy company is finally being held responsible for profiting from dangerous misinformation that has already resulted in multiple acts of violence. Drake's lawyer is claiming that this motion is a desperate ploy by UMG to avoid accountability, but they're going to proceed. And Drake's lawyer said that their case will uncover a long history of UMG endangering, abusing, and taking advantage of its artists. What do we think? Jessica said, receipts will always be out there and his friendship with minor girls will always be out there. Drake was also linked to an underage HB. Bieber. Jelena said, I mean, if they're cheating, they're cheating. It doesn't matter if Drake is taking advantage of the situation. Joy said, wasn't this about him calling Drake a Lena-phile? Isn't that what started this? So that's really the line that Drake is most upset about. Drake is most upset about accusations that he had communications, relations with underage girls. That really, I feel like, is the line in Kendrick Lamar's diss track that has Drake the most upset. Although Drake also made a lot of digs at Kendrick Lamar as well that are technically unsubstantiated. It's a rap battle. You go back and forth, you hit below the belt, you make huge digs at one another. That is the whole point of a rap battle. Everyone knows that. It's been going on for decades. Drake suing his record label, I understand where he's coming from. However, I feel like it just wasn't the best look, especially because him and Kendrick Lamar are represented under the same label. I never understood why he decided to go this route, why he's taking it here. I feel like, honestly, it would have been better for him to just try to let it die. I mean, now we've had the Super Bowl. I feel like people would probably slowly move on, but now Drake is just keeping this thing alive with this lawsuit. Of course, UMG is going to fight back. I think it's pretty savage that UMG is like, he's mad he lost the rap battle. We're promoting Kendrick Lamar just like we promoted Drake's diss tracks against Kendrick Lamar, which is why I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. Clearly, from Drake's side, him and his lawyer are not planning on settling. Like I told you guys, his lawyer told TMZ, we have evidence that's going to show UMG has a long history of endangering, abusing, and taking advantage of artists. So they're going to go the distance on this, although I don't necessarily think, in my opinion, that that's a good idea. I just feel like for Drake's, I guess like more so Drake's reputation within the music industry, not necessarily Drake's fan base. I just feel like for Drake's relationship and reputation within his peers, this isn't a great look, in my opinion, you know? Let's see, I also saw Miley pop in as well. I wanted to make sure I said hello. Robert said, LOL, Drake did start on Degrassi. He's definitely into the drama. And then Jelena said, I'm not gonna lie, I think this will end in a settlement. I hope it ends without going to trial, but y'all, I don't know. I feel like no one is settling these lawsuits these days. I don't know if this is gonna settle before going to trial. This is just added information. Justin Baldoni's lawyer just did a recent interview and it was on a podcast with another lawyer. I think his name was Matthew something. But the lawyer was essentially saying, hey, this has got to settle, right? You have to settle this. It's a media circus. The damage that could be done to both of their careers is not worth going to trial. And Justin Baldoni's lawyer was like, no. When this level of allegations are made against you, the only way you can repair your reputation is by providing people with the truth. And we have no plans of settling. So I don't know what it is. I feel like for some reason, this year, 2025, is the year of people taking things to the fullest. I don't know if Drake is going to settle with UMG. I feel like he's really trying to make a point. Is it going to be successful for him? I personally don't think so. Is it the right move? I personally don't think so. But, I mean, his lawyer is saying, we're going to keep trying for this thing. Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, I pray that they settle, but that doesn't seem to be in the cards. Obviously, we know Diddy's trial is coming up in May. He's not taking a plea deal anytime soon. So it just feels like we have a lot of very important and drama-filled trials that could possibly be coming soon. Let's see, Joy said Madison and Sirius needs help. Oh, joining the membership. So the way you join the membership is you just go to my channel homepage, and next to the subscribe button, you'll see the join button. So that is how you join the membership. You just go to my channel homepage, next to the subscribe button, you'll see the join button. If you are on a desktop, or if you're on your phone, you have to put your Safari into desktop mode. I did do a YouTube short on that, so you would just have to scroll through the shorts to be able to find that. But if you're not able to do it on your phone, I would say try doing it on a desktop. That might be why it's not showing up. I know sometimes accessing the membership button on your phone is sometimes a little tricky, but anywho, moving on from the Drake and UMG of it all, obviously I'll keep y'all updated, but I just wanted to give you guys this update that UMG did respond, and they're not backing down to Drake. They're trying to get this whole lawsuit dismissed. So we shall see what ends up happening. Also, thank you, Georgina. Best decision of your life to join. Thank you. That is so sweet. Also, hello from the Philippines. Thank you for watching. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get into this Kim Kanye situation, you guys, because buckle up. This is a lot, and we are going to talk about Diddy a little bit in this situation as well. I wanted to also shout out Heartcart. Jay, I'm finally catching you live. My baby had a vaccination and keeps waking up. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Sending you and your bebe lots of love, hugs. Hopefully you both can get some rest. And then LH said, completely off topic, but I took House of Hill with me to care for my chickens, and they were very interested in your voice. I love that. I hope you're getting some farm fresh eggs. Okay, Kim and Kanye, you guys. So there is a huge battle essentially going on between Kim and Kanye right now. And I'm going to break down this whole situation to really explain it, make sure we're flushing everything out. So the current issue with Kim and Kanye all started over a song that Kanye recently released called Lonely Roads. And this song features, obviously Kanye, but Diddy's son Christian, Jasmine Williams, who is a new Yeezy artist from Chicago, and his daughter, Northwest. Now, for obvious reasons, you guys, Kim is not happy that her child is featured on a song with a man who is accused of racketeering and trafficking. Duh, makes complete sense. Keep in mind, obviously Diddy has criminal charges against him, but also Diddy's son is named in one of the civil lawsuits with Diddy. So overall, I'm sure Kim saw this and started panicking. Now, according to sources who spoke to TMZ, this is how this all went down. A couple weeks ago, North went and visited her dad in the recording studio. Okay? Sources said that this is the first time Kanye has seen any of his kids in weeks. He had North West record some vocals for this song. Kanye told North the song would be released at an upcoming Sunday service. Obviously, North went and shared this news with Kim, said, hey, I recorded vocals for a song Dad is doing with Diddy. Kim freaked out, was not happy, sent Kanye a cease and desist letter, and they scheduled an emergency hearing with a mediator and a judge. Kanye did not show up to this mediation, but sources claimed that when they left this mediation, Kanye agreed not to drop the song. Well then, in true Kanye fashion, you guys know I always say Kanye's gonna Kanye, he lied, and he went ahead and dropped the song anyway. Obviously, Kim was furious that he dropped this song, and she reached out to him about the legalities of the situation because North's name is trademarked, okay? Kanye was pissed. Kanye was furious. Kanye took to Twitter to share a text exchange between him and Kim Kardashian. Kanye tells Kim in this text exchange that he's now deleted that he's never speaking to her again. Kim goes on to remind Kanye that they both made the decision to trademark their kids' names. She says, we both agreed to trademark their names. That way they would be protected. The trademark goes to them at 18. Kanye then tells her, quote, amend it or I'm going to war and neither of us will recover from the public fallout. You're going to have to kill me. That's what he told Kim. Amend it or I'm going to war and neither of us will recover from the public fallout. You're going to have to kill me. He also tweeted about how he doesn't just want to see his kids. He wants to raise them. He wants to have a say in where they go to school. He said, quote, all these rights have been taken from me by the Kardashian mob and Hulu and Disney and the bigger agenda. He said, just seeing his kids is like a visitation and like he's in prison. Then this morning, Kanye tweeted in all caps, the man makes the final decision. Hence why he just went ahead and decided to release the song. And now Kanye is just continuing to go off, you guys. His Twitter is still tweeting multiple things. It's still a situation. And we have a new report from TMZ that essentially Kanye talking about his visitation and his rights with his children. Obviously, his actions throughout this whole song situation reportedly have Kim kind of weighing her options when it comes to custody. So as part of Kim and Kanye's divorce settlement, you guys, Kim and Kanye have joint legal custody of the kids, okay? Not physical custody, legal custody. I'm gonna pause there for just 1 second. I wanna say hello to Amy Underwood and also Unserious. Yay, welcome back to the membership. I'm so happy that you were able to figure it out. I'm happy that it worked, woo woo. Okay, so like I was saying, with this divorce settlement, you guys, joint legal custody, okay? Kim is thinking she might want to redo this deal. When it comes to legal custody, that basically means that her and Kanye both have to agree on matters when it comes to the kids. So their schooling, activities, jobs that they're taking, opportunities that they're taking. Physical custody, we know that the kids are with Kim the majority of the time. But sources who spoke to TMZ said that Kim is weighing her options. Physical custody isn't an issue as they're rarely with Kanye. As far as legal custody, Kanye already isn't that involved in decisions, but Kim is reportedly considering having a judge strip him of joint legal custody. The source said Kim has always wanted the kids to maintain a relationship with their dad, but it's getting to a tough point. These sources mentioned that aside from this whole song situation with North, Kim also had to step in recently when Kanye wanted to take the kids to an event where people were wearing his t-shirt designs with the swastika on them. Kim obviously put her foot down and said, the kids cannot go to that party. That is not good for their well-being, and it is not safe for them to be there. So now Kim is reportedly rethinking a lot of things when it comes to Kanye and their custody agreement with the kids. What do we think about all this, you guys? I know I just threw a lot of information at you. It's a lot to take in. Obviously, Kanye putting his daughter on a song with Diddy, issue in and of itself. If Kanye wants to believe that Diddy is innocent, that's one thing. Respectfully disagree, but that's one thing. To then get his daughter involved in his, I guess, crusade for Diddy feels completely inappropriate, not okay, not any place where North should be. Then I feel like to show up to the mediation, say, okay, I'm not going to release it, and release the song anyway. Contempt of court. Hello, I don't know how that works. I don't know if that is contempt of court, but I'm like, how is he allowed to agree to something in a mediation and then just go ahead and do the opposite? Posting him and Kim's texts when they agreed not to do that anymore. Yes, I know he deleted it, but the damage is already done. The screenshots already exist. Too late. I just am completely mind-boggled. To also say the man makes the final decision, to possibly put his kids in a situation that's unsafe, and you're putting your kids in a situation where people are spewing hate on their chest. Like, I don't understand how we got here. How did we get here? That, I guess, if I could ask Kanye, well, there's a lot of things I want to ask Kanye, but one of the things I would like to ask is, how did we get here? How did we go from you joking about feeling like you're in The Incredibles, doing a Kardashians confessional, to now you're putting your daughter on a song with a man who is accused of trafficking women? Like, that's what I think is the biggest double standard. Kanye is on Twitter being like, I should have a say when my kids are wearing lipstick and wearing perfume and they're being used by the Kardashian mob. What are you doing? Putting your daughter on a song with a man who is accused of trafficking women, underage women at that. How do you have any room to criticize your wife's family when you are doing that? Mind-boggling to me. Shabria said, honestly, Kanye having North doing anything with Diddy is disgusting. Why put your daughter in any situation with a man that has those allegations? I do not understand. George said, Kanye is a dangerous man and needs to be put on some deep, dark dungeon and throw away the key. Shabria said, I hope Kim does get him stripped of everything. He's unfit and putting North and the kids in danger. Tammy said his attorney agreed the song wouldn't be released. Kanye wasn't there. Exactly, but I would think that he would have to follow what they came to an agreement about. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's your legal representation. You have to agree with what was decided upon in mediation. That's their divorce agreement. Their agreement is, if we don't agree on something, we go to mediation and a judge helps us basically, discuss the situation at hand. Kim did just that. They came to the agreement not to release the song, and Kanye did it anyway. So if I'm Kim, honestly, I don't blame her. If I'm Kim, I'm stripping Kanye of joint legal custody. If I'm Kim, I'm probably filing paperwork tomorrow to be like, so sorry, I want you to have a relationship with your kids, but if you're gonna be doing this, you literally can't. And I have to do what is best for me and the kids, and you can't. And that might seem harsh, and that might seem like people are going to disagree with me because I'm taking the Kardashian side, and I know people hate the Kardashians, but when you're looking at a Kim versus Kanye situation, I'm not saying Kim is the most perfect mom ever. I mean, Kim is obviously going to put her children in probably, you know, situations where they're in front of reality TV cameras, and maybe people disagree with that on social media, whatever. I understand they're both maybe not ideal, but if you're looking at the two, I think what Kanye is doing is worse, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. Unsere said, I'm most important, WTF is this very important fam. I'm most important, what? Yes, very important fam. That's what we call the membership. Yes, 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 yes. And then Jelena said, Kanye Def makes Kim look sane. And then LCHM said, I agree, Jelena, they're both POS, and the only ones that are going to lose in this effed up situation are their kids. Dave said, Yeezy is the only one on that, the only one that gets me on Kim's side ever. I mean, I just feel like when you're looking at this situation, like I said, I understand people don't typically tend to feel for Kim, but I feel for her. And, you know, she always does try to keep her kids from knowing anything negative about their dad. But they're getting older now. It's getting to the point where she's not always going to be able to protect them, which I'm sure has her struggling on a whole other level because she doesn't want them to ever think poorly of their dad. We know North idolizes her father. We've seen that on the Kardashians. I just think this is the start of a really hard situation. Obviously, Kim and Kanye's divorce was difficult, but now that the kids are getting older, now that they're more aware, now that Kanye is pulling the kids into kind of this drama, and they're going to start seeing the discourse, you know, between their parents and seeing that they disagree on certain things. I just feel like it's gonna get bad. Allison said, I feel bad for the kids. That's how I feel. I feel horrible. This whole situation is terrible. Like, I think of North going to the studio with her dad. You know, North is just absolutely thrilled that she got to, you know, be in the studio. She's so excited. She goes home, tells her mom, oh my God, dad had me record vocals for a song with Diddy and a new Yeezy artist. And you know, Kim immediately probably went pale and was like, your dad had you do what? Like, I know this situation is going to have so many ripple effects for Kim, Kanye, and the kids. And it is not going to be good, I have a feeling. I feel for the kids. Like I said, I don't think this is a situation that's going to be remedied quickly, and oh, it's just not good. Song of the Fear said, I feel like Kim should start educating her children about Kanye. The more they know, the more protected they may be. Hard to put that on kids. Yeah, it's tough. It is really, really tough. Jelena said, I'm not ready to be a parent because I would have been done with the situation after 3 days. Sorry, kids. Y'all kids to millionaires gonna have to take the pros with the cons. I agree. I feel like I really commend Kim for taking the high road as long as she's taken it. I think I would have been having some discussions before then, but you know, it is what it is. LB said, be wise when choosing your children's father. You got to be careful who you have kids with. That is so true. Kiara said, I feel for the kids. Kids need to know about safe people. Truly. Also, hi, Kim. Also, Shay just popped into the chat. Shay, you're going to have to rewind and go see everyone telling you and CJ congratulations at the beginning of the happy hour hang. Also, Lizzie said, you guys, I have huge news today. I was offered the amazing job I interviewed for last week. Yes. It's 20K more than I'm making now, and it's a huge career move. Lizzie, did we call it or did we call it? Did we manifest that or did we manifest that? I am so excited for you. Congratulations. Also, hi, Betty. Hello, hello. And then Song of the Fear said, what a sad situation. And that's the tea. Also, shout out to Carla watching from Berlin. We're going to move on from this Kim and Kanye situation, and we're going to get into the Kylie Jenner and Timothèe Chalamet tea, you guys. And we're going to talk about Justin Bieber, and then Selena and Benny, and then Taylor and Travis. Also, hi, Tamra. I'm in Missouri at the moment. Say hello to my home state for me, Tamara. Have fun there. If you're anywhere near Kansas City, go get some barbecue. Okay, talking about Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, you guys, we have a new report from Radar Online giving us some more insight into Kylie and Timothee's relationship. So do you guys remember how previously we've heard about how some people in Timothee's inner circle weren't too happy about him dating Kylie? We've heard this before, but this was once again echoed in this new Radar Online report where the source saying, quote, some of Timothee's pals didn't think it was a smart move to get involved with the Kardashians. They reportedly sat him down and expressed their fears that the industry might not take him seriously with dating Kylie. This insider said Timothée knew from the beginning Kylie was more than a fling and that he decided to not only not listen to his friends that felt this way, but also cut ties. Now, this might surprise some people since, you know, Timothée is often not seen giving Kylie as much PDA as Kylie is giving Timothée. I feel like this is a really big discussion with that viral video of them at the tennis match in Palm Springs. We talked about it here on our happy hour hang, how Kylie was really, you know, PDAing with Timothée Chalamet, and Timothée Chalamet looked like he was just trying to pay attention to the tennis match. But a separate source shared that he really only wants to make headlines for his work. That's all that is. The source said, quote, he's very much in love with Kylie, but he gets shy with the PDA as he knows everyone is watching. The source maintains that Kylie and Timothée are real despite what naysayers believe. So my question for you guys is, do you think it's out of bounds for Timothée to reportedly cut people off who don't agree with his relationship with Kylie? Is that too far? Should he not be doing that? In my opinion, if what the second source is saying is true and what he has with Kylie is real and he believes it's the real deal and he thinks this can go the distance, I'm like, I guess he's gonna cut people off who are trying to tell him no. I understand him doing that. Do I think it's the best idea? No. I think you're being a good friend if you go to your friend and say, hey, just checking in. Are we sure this is what we want to be doing? And if your friend says, yes, this is what we want to be doing, I feel like then it's your job to accept it. If you don't want to accept it, then obviously that's going to, you know, cause an issue in your friendship. If they want to cut you off for that, okay. But I don't necessarily think his friends bringing that to his attention means that they're bad friends. I feel like you should have a friendship that you're able to be honest with one another. You're able to ask those hard questions. But I think where things then get lost after that is, as friends, you have to accept what you're told. And if you can't accept what you're told, then obviously some ties need to be cut. But I hope Timothée didn't just cut people off because they brought up the concern. Because I do think you have to be able to share your concerns openly with friends. Now, if his friends brought to him these concerns, he said, nope, we're the real deal. I love her. Either get with the program or get out. It's their choice to get out. You know what I mean? But I hope he didn't just cut them off for bringing it up, because I don't necessarily think that's fully fair. You know what I mean? Superstar Bella said, too late, Timmy, you are in the fire. Who's he cutting off? It may not be the most wise decision to cut people off. He might just need them in the future. Gma Sarah said, I feel like real friends should state their opinion, but then have to allow them to make their own decisions. 1,000,000% agree with you. 100% Madison said, I mean, if they were just observing a potential issue, then yeah, it's kind of messed up. If they were talking trash on her, then I think that's a different situation. 1,000,000% agree. And that's what I'm saying. If he then responded to them saying, no, it's the real deal, I love her. If they didn't accept that, and you're right, and if they were talking ish, I understand Timothée having to cut them off. But if he just cut them off because they brought up concerns, don't love that. Abby said, what if they weren't real friends and just piggybacking off of him? Well, if they were moochers, Abby, I agree. Time to go. We are too old to have people mooching off of us. Olive said, Kylie and Tim look happy. I want them to be endgame. They're both more interesting now since they started dating. Tim might grow and learn a lot from Kylie. She is very smart and successful. Jennifer said Prince Harry cut a lot of people off too. Also, Shay, thank you for the compliment on the green. It's giving St. Patty's Day. You guys, I do feel like, you know, Kylie and Timothy are coming up on their 2-year anniversary in April. So it definitely is more serious than I thought it was in the beginning. When they first started dating, I thought we would not be here 2 years later. So I understand that it is much more serious than we all ever thought. It's 2 years has flown by. I also am glad that this source addressed the whole Timothy PDA situation because we were kind of like, oh yeah, Timothy's not giving Kylie the PDA that she's giving him. I'm glad this source clarified it's because he really doesn't want to make headlines for who he's dating. He wants to make headlines for his work. Unfortunately, when you're dating somebody like Kylie Jenner, you're going to make headlines for that relationship regardless, but I understand Timothy trying to keep the focus on his work as much as possible. So I'm glad that was addressed. It just, yeah, you guys, I can't believe we're still here 2 years later. Do you guys think, I know this feels crazy, but do you guys think Kylie and Timothy are endgame material? Olive said yes, but just give me a quick yes or no before we move on to Justin and Selena and Benny. Are Kylie and Timothy endgame material? No. Hell no. No. I want to think that, but no. Betty said yes. Okay, Betty. Okay, Georgina. George said maybe. Amy Underwood said yes. Joy said yes. Dave said maybe leaning yes. Marie, yes. Okay. Angela said, honestly, if they last 5 more years, then yes. Lizzie said, I didn't think so at first, but it could be, I guess. Okay, we're kind of mixed. Ooh, I love this. I love this. We are mixed. I'm living for it. Kiara said, LOL, the awkward PDA was a red flag for me. Not gonna lie, it's a no for me. The awkward PDA was bad. The PDA was bad. Okay, I'm living for it. We're gonna have to wait and see. LB said, are any of your parents Irish, Madison? Yes, that green looks great on you. LB, no. Actually, well, Shay maybe can attest. I don't quite remember what Papa Hill is, but no, I don't think we have any Irish in us. None at all. Because Papa Hill, I'm pretty sure, is British. He has a lot of English in him. And Mama Hill were from Spain on her side of the family. So no Irish on Mama Hill's side. But no British. Or no Irish, I mean, on our side. Shay was supposed to be born on St. Patrick's Day. And that's the closest we got. Yeah, that's what I thought. Her name was actually Bailey for 24 hours, fun fact, until Mama Hill kept looking at her and was like, no, not a Bailey. And then changed her name to Keely Shay, which, where Mom pulled that one out, Shay, we'll never know. Yeah, Jelena said, LMAO, what? Fun fact about Shay, she was supposed to be born on St. Patrick's Day. When she was born, my aunt really wanted her to be named Bailey. So my sister was named Bailey for 24 hours. Like, they filled out the paperwork, all of the things. Yeah, her name was Bailey Quinn for a full 24 hours. But her whole first night, Mama Hill was like, she's not a Bailey. She's a Keely Shay Grace. Again, it feels like a hard left from Bailey Quinn to Keely Shay Grace. And so then the next day, Mama Hill was like, so sorry, we need to redo all the paperwork. She's not a Bailey Quinn. She's a Keely Shay Grace. And then Jelena said, how did we go from Madison to that? Jelena, the way I have asked that question 1,000 times, Mama and Papa Hill swear to me that Madison in 1993 in Albuquerque, New Mexico was unique. Okay, they claim that Madison in 1993 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, nobody had that name. It was very unique, but obviously fast forward to 2025, a lot of people are named Madison, but at least I have the two Ds. The two Ds is what sets me apart. That's what I like to say. At least they got creative with the spelling. But yes, they did go from Madison to Kayla Shy. Unserious said, LOL Mads, my super chat was a joke. I was calling myself most important fam, not just very. Low-key being serious though, because I'm most important fam. Love y'all. Oh, I got you, Unserious. I got you. Absolutely dead. But yeah, so fun fact about mine and Shay's names that nobody asked for, but y'all know I love a fun fact and going off the rundown. So let's go ahead, move on from Kylie and Timothy now that we're, 50-50 on whether or not they're endgame. Get into this Justin Bieber tea, then a little Selena and Benny, then we're going to end with Taylor and Travis. I love Kanye is backing up Mom and Papa Hill. In New Mexico, it probably was. Connie said it probably was in New Mexico. That's what they say. And you know what? In Albuquerque, New Mexico, I'm sure not a lot of people were named Madison, but it is always funny to me, the difference of our names. But I will say they fit us perfectly. It's probably, you're right. There's not a lot of people named Madison in New Mexico either today. So my name is unique whenever we go to our home state. Okay, talking about Justin Bieber, you guys. He is taking a page out of Miss Khloe Kardashian's book, and he has been hitting people with a lot of cryptic quotes. If you guys are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so, because I know people are going to want the Justin tea, the Selena tea, and also Taylor and Travis tea. So Justin Bieber, you guys, his first cryptic quote that he posted over the weekend, he said, I was always told when I was a kid not to hate, but it made me feel like I wasn't allowed to have it, and so I didn't tell anyone I've had it, which made me feel like I've been drowning, feeling unsafe to acknowledge it. I think we can only let hate go by first acknowledging it's there. How couldn't we feel hate from all of the hurt we have experienced? Okay? Then today he posted saying, if they aren't talking ish, you must not be going crazy enough. So first quote, all about hate, feeling like he's drowning in hate if he doesn't acknowledge it. Then today posted, if they're not talking ish, you must not be going crazy enough. Him and Haley also went to Disneyland over the weekend with Kid Leroy. He posted pictures from that over on his Instagram. It's interesting to me because I feel like the headlines and a lot of the discourse about Justin Bieber are really leaning into like, Justin is struggling. Justin's posting this quote about drowning in the midst of marital rumors and, his health seemingly declining and the Diddy situation, which I'm not denying that all of those things might be impacting Justin Bieber. I mean, the quote about hate and being told not to have hate in his heart, that could be related to some things that he experienced when he was younger. But more so overall, I think Justin Bieber knows exactly what he is doing right now. I think Justin Bieber knows he, for the first time in a long time, has people hanging on his every word, and he is using that to his advantage. So he's posting these cryptic quotes, and he is making sure all eyes are on him because he's getting ready for something. I don't know what necessarily that is. That could be new music. Maybe he's getting ready to share his story. Obviously Selena and Benny are in the middle of a huge album promotion. Maybe it's to distract from that. And I know people are going to watch this, and I know people are going to say I'm delusional. People are going to say Justin needs help. Madison, I don't think you're right about this. Something is clearly wrong. Like I see Brandy saying no. Jennifer said Justin needs serious therapy. I'm not denying that he still needs help. Like clearly there are things going on, but I also think we're not giving Justin Bieber enough credit. He has been in this industry for a long time. Haley, I also think, is smarter than people give her credit for. I think right now, while yes, he might need help on the health front, I also think he knows exactly what he is doing right now. And you can disagree with me. You can think I'm crazy. You can think that I am not taking his situation seriously enough. But I'm telling you, in my personal opinion, these cryptic quotes don't seem that cryptic. He knows people are hanging on his every word. Even when it comes to the Diddy situation, he knows people are looking to him to be like, is he gonna say anything? Is he gonna tell his story? Is he gonna react? That quote about hate directly feeds into people wanting him to have some sort of commentary on the situation. I think we've got to give him a little more credit than people have been giving him. Again, people are really leaning into this, oh, woe is Justin Bieber. Yes, there might be some things going on, but he's smarter than he looks, folks. I really think we need to keep that in mind. Unserious said, Justin, I'm sorry. I don't give an F. Touch grass and you'll be fine. Jelena said, the man has been depressed all his life. Depression is not enough to stop him from being that guy. Romy said, TBH, I wouldn't be surprised if he drops music on Friday. Robert said, maybe this is just a distraction from the Diddy situation. Carla said, Justin will be free when he tells his story in his tell-all book. Superstar Bella said, Justin grew up an only child. He lives very singular too. He's not crazy. He's just calculating. Allie said, I think Justin loves to stir the pot. He loves everyone talking about him and Haley, even if it's at Haley's expense in regards to Selena. I kind of feel like he is not mad that people are talking about him. And it is not lost on me that this is all happening in the midst of the Selena and Benny album promotion. I don't even want that sentence to be coming out of my mouth because I know I'm feeding the toxic fans, but the timing is too coincidental not to at least mention. I would hope that Justin would not care about that, but at the end of the day, him and Benny are two petty people, okay? I think they're aware. Honestly, maybe we've been sleeping on who the petty people are in the relationships. Like, people always are focusing on Haley and Selena. Maybe this is a battle of two petty men, you guys. Benny and Justin. Benny used to work with Justin. He dropped Justin, obviously, when he started dating Selena and is now engaged to him. Justin feels some type of way about it, and now there's this little subtweeting-esque battle going on between the two. Honestly, maybe we've been sleeping on who this is really between because people just love to pit women against one another. Like, this could very much be about Justin and Benny. Honestly. Song of the Fear said, Madison, you're not paranoid if they're really after you. Justin putting things out during Selena's promotion. I can see them being petty. I think he's just moving in the shadows or not. It's like he's trying to pretend like he's moving in the shadows, but he knows he's not moving in the shadows. You know what I mean? Hannah said, I agree, Madison. I think he's enjoying the attention. Genuinely, I think he knows exactly what he's doing. And I guess my question for you guys, do you feel like his behavior is distracting from Selena and Benny's album promotion? What do you guys think? In a way, I kind of think it is. I think Selena, thankfully, does have such a strong fan base that they're keeping the album at the forefront of people's minds as much as possible. But in a way, it kind of is if you look at mainstream media. If you look at mainstream media, people are really picking up on every single time Justin posts a Instagram story with a quote, that is on People Magazine. Like, that is on TMZ. That is on Page 6. I kind of think I can see it definitely distracting a little bit. Again, like I said, Selena's fans are strong. Benny's fans are strong. That album will be successful regardless. But he's trying to distract people. He's trying. 100% Madison said he could release whatever he has at any time. My conspiracy is that he got wind that Selena was releasing and decided that he would start this whole thing. Yami Lex said he always does some kind of stunt when Selena's releasing new music. He does have a history of doing that. Joy said, I can picture Justin sitting in a big chair with a crown on his head, laughing at his phone, enjoying the headlines. I don't disagree. Unserious said, Justin hates hate. He's married to the world's biggest hater. The math ain't mathing. Johnny said, Selena's glow up and Benny's magnifique. It's just something to keep in mind, you guys. It is something to keep in mind. It's something that's been at the forefront of my brain and something that I've been thinking about in the midst of Justin's Instagram stories, Selena and Benny's album promo, which real quick, speaking of Selena and Benny, they did a really sweet interview in Rolling Stone that, I guess, talk about proof in the pudding. As of right now, tomorrow might be different, really isn't getting as much coverage as I thought it would. It was a really great interview. You know, they talked about how, or Selena, I guess, talked about how this album is the most intimate she's ever been in the studio. She said her and Benny did everything from home. They created it with people that they love. Benny talked about how he hasn't seen Selena this excited about music in a long time. He said the album has truly made them both so happy, and hopefully it makes a few others happy too. They talked about wedding planning, and it sounds like they're both just like in the moment right now. Benny joked that he thinks every day Selena has planned a new wedding in her head. He said they're very much, you know, take it one day at a time kind of people. Selena said she feels like this is such a special time and that they just poured their hearts into this album, which she's hoping translates to the world. Right now, that's her main focus, which is fair. Again, this is such a great interview, and I'm so excited for their album, and I do think it's going to do well. I think it's going to get the attention it deserves, but it's not lost on me that Justin's behavior seems coincidentally timed out in the midst of this album rollout. Again, you can disagree with me. You can think I'm crazy, but it just feels like the proof is in the pudding. And that's my own opinion. Remember, you can disagree, just do so respectfully. It just feels a little too coincidental for there not to be something there. Just my own opinion. Let's go ahead though, move on, and end with a little Taylor and Travis tea. You guys know I always love to end with a little Tavis if we can. Also really quick, if you guys could give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. So you guys, really quick, I just want to bring up these narratives for you guys. So, you know, right, we are seeing headlines about how Taylor and Travis are in a little hiatus. We talked about an Us Magazine report about this at length in our members only video on Friday, which again, if you're considering joining the membership, do so, you get extra tea. So there's this narrative that, you know, Taylor and Travis are kind of taking a break from the spotlight. They're going on this hiatus. And there's a couple theories going around as to why Taylor and Travis are taking this little break from the spotlight. One of the theories I saw is that Taylor is getting work done. Someone was like, well, there's, I guess, a whole Reddit thread about how people believe Taylor got a BBL. I think she's just happy, but I don't think Taylor's getting work done. Jessica said, asking if it's anything about Taylor being pregnant. Nothing about that yet, but you know, Jessica, that's right around the corner. You know how it works. But yes, people are thinking that she might have gotten work done. They were like, oh, she's taken hiatuses before and then pops out and has had some sort of work done. I don't necessarily think that's true, and even if it is, she has the money and the time, girl, go off. What I am more interested in is this theory that Taylor is trying to kind of create the same narrative that she had prior to dropping Reputation. If you guys remember, and I might be putting my clown nose on after this, which probably because, you know, I've been waiting for Rep TV forever, just like we all have. But there's this theory that, you know, the first time around when Taylor dropped Reputation, it was after a long public hiatus. It was after the Kim and Kanye drama. She took like a year break from the public, then dropped Reputation. We all lost our minds. There is a theory going around that Taylor's break, her hiatus, her pulling back a little bit from the public, is trying to kind kind of simulate the same environment prior to her dropping Reputation, Taylor's version. I don't know if that's true. I am hoping it is. I would love for that theory to be correct. I would love for that narrative to be correct. I might be crazy. I might be just wanting something that isn't going to happen, but I wouldn't hate it if that ended up coming to fruition. I don't think she's gonna drop Rep TV anytime soon. Having said that, like, she's gonna let Selena have her roll out. Obviously it's gonna be a minute, but Betty said no. Betty said clown nose activated. You guys, I know I am once again hoping for something that is likely not gonna happen, but I have to be fully transparent with you guys, and that's what I'm hoping for. I am hoping for. I feel like if I speak it into existence enough, it's bound to happen at some point. It's bound to happen at some point. Again, I know I'm gonna have to put my clown nose on. I'm fully aware of that. But wouldn't it be nice if we were right? G. Sarah said, I'm such a sucker for the Rep TV theories. Literally me. Like every time I just get my hopes up. And this is one Reddit theory I really want to be true, but you know, I know it's probably not, but I really, really am hoping for it. I don't think Taylor and Travis are breaking up. I just saw someone say, I'll look into, there's a new Radar Online report about them breaking up. I don't believe they're breaking up. They were just seen out together on a dinner date. They were just reportedly spending time together in New York. They're reportedly spending time also in Kansas City. I don't believe, y'all, that they are breaking up. That is my own opinion right now. If I see anything to the contrary, if I see anything that makes me feel that way more, I obviously will fill you in. But as of right now, I do not believe any Taylor and Travis breakup rumors. Unserious said, Taylor got to put down the filler. No shade, no BBL. Do you think she's getting a lot of filler in her face? I feel like she doesn't. I feel like she doesn't really have any filler in her face. I feel like she's gained a little weight, but like she looks good. Oh my gosh, I guess maybe I need to go back and look at pictures. I didn't feel like she's gotten like overly filled. Betty said yes, she has gotten overly filled. My God. Okay, maybe I need to go back and look at pictures. You guys know, like, full transparency, sometimes I have rose-colored glasses on when it comes to Taylor. I'm not saying she doesn't have filler. I'm obviously saying, like, she definitely has gotten work done. Not saying she doesn't have Botox or filler. I'm just saying, does she look overdone? I didn't think she looked overdone. I'm not saying she doesn't have it at all. I'm just saying more so she doesn't look overdone to me. Maybe she does. I don't know. I'm also like surrounded by people who look overdone all the time. So whenever I see a picture of Taylor Swift, I'm like, oh, she probably has filler, but she doesn't look overdone. That's what I meant. Sorry. Obviously, I'm not naive to say that she doesn't have anything, but I just don't feel like she looks too much. I don't know. Maybe just me. Like I said, sometimes I wear rose-colored glasses. I might need to take them off and really go inspect inspect her photos more closely to see if she looks a little overdone. I'll definitely have to do that. But in the meantime, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me on this St. Patty's Day happy hour hang. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Like I said, if you're considering joining the membership, please go ahead and do so. We really do have so much fun. Also, if you're still here, show up on Wednesday for our happy hour hang at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram, TikTok, all of that fun stuff. You guys, thank you so much again for hanging out. Another happy hour hang. It was a blast. I feel like we got into a lot of good tea, especially when it comes to Kim and Kanye. So thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for participating and having another fun discussion. Have a fantastic rest of your day, you guys. And I will see you all on Wednesday. And members, I'll see you tomorrow for our members only live. Okay, bye y'all. Love you guys.